Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now Griffin on 1st down. Flushed out right.
We'll find Gibson here complete.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Griffin. Eluding the pressure right. That's the right side here, complete. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. That catch good for only a couple.
Complete to A.J. Brown. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 42.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Griffin uncorks one for Davis. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Chase Young
coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. They'll indeed go for him with Griffin. Sliding out of the pocket. They've got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Being chased down. Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. Now it's Carr. He's going to go up top again. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Calvin Johnson, 71 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-grab?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for them.
And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack.
Chase Young,
his second sack of the night. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. Oh, the ball comes hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The veteran Darrelle Revis there on the coverage.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Forced out to his left. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Third down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Eagles 7, Washington nothing.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends.
They go play action with Griffin. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Play action. It's Griffin. Rolling to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll run for it. Peterson. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. He's normally a sure thing down here, but Peterson denied near the goal line. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts in drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
At the 10-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Calvin Johnson, an even 90 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you get people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Past midfield, look out. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way.
Don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that one makes it 14-7.
Good. Makes the score Eagles 14, Washington 7.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Taken in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out, try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now a play fake. Carr. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. On play action, it's Carr. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Calvin Johnson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind and try to put together another drive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Now he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now after the INT, it's Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. 6-time Pro Bowler Calvin Johnson, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
Now a toss. Kamara left side. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Jonathan Bostic. That's a gain of 3.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Quick as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for Randy Moss.
Now on 4th down, Doug Peterson turns it over to the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal. Not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. Offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective. They're able to stop him before he can get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Carr completes it. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
31-yard line.
On play action, now Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
A loss of 1. Brings up 3rd down.
Off play action. Carr. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
At the 23-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
To throw is RG3. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Vernon Davis, 74 yards. And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
His kick is...
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Slipping in for the stop was DeMarcus Ware.
27.
Off the play fake. Carr. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Pass the 20.
Ain't doing that.
Take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alvin Kamara, 45 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And they'll turn to Kamara. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Keeps the score Eagles 33. Washington 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know that makes it.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
The 14-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Carr going to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Down and 7.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10.
And out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. Just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. 3rd and 2. Now Griffin. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Now loose football. The ball comes out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
He's going to let it win. This is caught inside the 5. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
1st and goal at the 40.
Now it's Griffin. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up with great anticipation. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
Back near his goal line. Here's Carr. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Carr going to look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Carr going to throw. It's caught. Jones. And marking down way out close to the 30 at the 39. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.